Bonjour mes amis, my name is Freya, and check out this comment I got from Emily Ruel.
Hi Freya, I love your videos, so helpful. It's nice to see someone else still plays this game. Can you go over more gadgetry and ecology stuff? I have no grasp on any of it and often put most of the equipment in the recycler to replenish my Ark's energy.
Don't worry, Emily, I used to do the same thing. I definitely want to cover this topic, but when I set up a world to do so, I got all sorts of nasty error messages, and it was time for a fresh install. So, since so many people have issues setting up the game anyway, I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to address that issue as well. So sit tight, Emily. I'll get to your question in part 2 of this setup guide. First, I want to make sure we're on the same page as far as add-ons go, because some of the ecology problems can only be solved through third-party means. So, without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is install the game, obviously. But if you just click through the installer like you do with every other program, or like I do with every other program, you might run into some difficulties. So what you want to do when you install the GOG.com version of Creatures is go to Options and change the installation directory. You want to put it in a folder under Documents and then Creatures, and take out Creatures Exodus here. This is because, for some reason, a lot of the third-party add-ons will install to your Documents folder instead of your Program Files folder, and you want everything to be in the same place. So go to your Documents, Creatures, Docking Station folder. If you want to play using the She Arc in addition to the Lone She's Capillata, you have to run it through Docking Station, but the install blast is a little problematic, so just create a shortcut to engine.exe. It actually isn't necessary that you play with Docking Station, but I highly recommend it as it enables a lot of different features, including windowed mode. So you've got your bright shiny new installation of Docking Station, but when you click on Engine, you get that nasty message. Well, don't worry about that, because you can just go to Properties, Compatibility, Reduced Color Mode, and run in 16-bit. Now, a lot of this is going to be different depending on what operating system you use. I'm on Windows 10, but it's just as easy with Windows 7. So with that taken care of, you can probably go ahead and run it. And it's asking you what you want to do with your world. I want to make a docked world so I can take care of Emily's question. So that's what I'm going to select. Capillata docked with the She Starship. So you go ahead and you type in a world name. I'm just using tutorial for this. And you click the check mark and it'll start loading up your world. Now you're going to be presented with a login screen, but I don't have a nickname and password. I used to, many years ago, and if you click here to get a nickname and password, it's going to take you somewhere kind of dead. But not to worry, there's a workaround for this. Hop on into a search engine of your choice and search C1 to DS. And this should be the first result. There's another way of getting around the login screen that doesn't require you to install C1 to DS, but I like it a lot, so that's the solution we're going to use. If you scroll down to where it says External Links, select the one that's appropriate for your installation. Go ahead and run the installer for C1 to DS first. You want to select whichever you're actually using. I use the Exodus version of Docking Station, so that's what I'm going to pick. Next, run the patch. There's a few more options here. So what you want to do is find whichever one you're using, and what you want is the Enhanced World Switcher, because that will give you the option to select a world with Creatures 1 already installed right on startup. Additionally, if you want, you can include the C1 to DS breeds. Now that you've installed C1 to DS, go ahead and open up Docking Station. Now you have the option to play offline. But we're not quite done shopping for add-ons just yet. If you're ever in the mood to spice up your game, Creatures Caves is my one-stop shop for everything. So let's go into the Community tab, Resources, and we'll be searching Must-Have. Here are the Creatures 3 Docking Station Must-Have add-ons. This list was compiled by Ghost Hand, looks like in 2012, but it was last updated 2014. So as far as Creatures goes, that's pretty recent. Here you'll find a bunch of fixes that you might want to go ahead and grab. I'm just going to pick up the ones I personally use. Now the link here to Creatures Full of Edits is actually dead, but that's okay, because Creatures Full of Fixes have come out more recently, and I think those are actually an improvement on those. A lot of people have been using the 2017 Norns, and that's okay too. Anything you want can be found in the breed section of Creatures Caves, so go ahead and type in CFF. So here are the 2017 creatures that I was talking about. These are all well and good. I don't personally use them because I've had difficulties getting them to breed. You might also see something called TWB. That's called True Warm Bloods. That's also incredibly interesting if you want to use those. But I'm going to be picking up all of these CFF breed packs. Now, some of you might not be able to access the creature's mall breeds. These would be the Treehugger Norns, Hardman Norns, Banshee Grendels, Bondi Norns, etc. Unfortunately, the creature's mall has been down for quite some time. However, we do have permission to share these files privately, though we can't put them up for public download. As a result, if you find yourself in need of any of the mall breeds, you can hit me up for that. Just leave a comment below with a place you can be contacted, and I'll help you out. Okay, I think that's everything I need. Whoa, that's a lot. When installing anything third-party, there's a few things you need to know. Firstly, where the files go. Anything that ends in agents goes in your My Agents folder. If it ends in family, don't worry, that also goes into My Agents. This one might be for Creatures 3 actually, because it seems to follow the same format. These are the ones for Docking Station. If it ends in GEN or GNO, you want to put that in the Genetics folder. Because these are Bengal, Bruin, and Civet Norns, I'm going to go ahead and copy that through to both. Continue to move everything until you've got what you need. The next thing you're going to want is the Creatures Remastered patch. For this one, the link in the caves is working. Vempess's fixes are also incredible. Looks like the link is dead. Wayback Machine is my best friend for creature stuff. You just pop the link in there, and 9 times out of 10, it'll be able to find you a version of the site that works. This will fix a lot of random issues throughout the ecosystem, as well as some graphical bugs. Vempess's fixes have separate folders for Creatures 3 and Docking Station. COS files go under Bootstrap 010 Docking Station. Now this can vary depending on what you need to install, but for the most part, that's about right. As for Creatures 3, you'll also want to go into Bootstrap 001 World. I've never had any issues with these 4 things, so I'm going to leave that alone for now, but you do want to get Biblish for Geets if you install a third-party agent called Gaia. I'm also going to go ahead and recommend the Advanced Muco. This is available over at Naturing Nurturing. Advanced Muco will make the creature hatching process a lot easier. And you're also probably going to want the Desert Terrarium fixes, since this was originally supposed to be about fixing the ecosystem. Because these are Creatures 3 agents, they need to go to your Creatures 3 Bootstrap folder, not your Docking Station one. I'm not sure if these are the same as Vempess's fixes, or even if they override any of them. And that's pretty much it for initial setup. Stick around for the next video, where I'll be discussing preliminary world setup technique. Until then, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!